And this last episode is the moment. Here we go.
Good morning and happy March Madness.
Happy March Madness. I'm so excited.
I can't think of a more anticipated women's basketball tournament than the one we have this year.
The NCAA basketball tournament starts this week, and the biggest
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the very last episode of the 2024 Full Court Press. Season 1, Episode 4, The Moment episode. And this one is about in March Madness, you know. I have the same 3 women's basketball players that who was featured in this full court press. The same thing as Caitlin Clark, Kiki Rice, and Camila Cardoso.
Let's let the March Madness begin, baby.
Welcome to March Madness.
Welcome to March Madness, America.
So and after this, and then, you know, and here we go. Full court press. It's back on March 27th, 2024.
The opening 2 rounds of a thrilling March Madness are complete. The women's Sweet 16 stage is set.
This has an opportunity this weekend to be the greatest weekend for the women's tournament.
Regular chocolate chip, walnut chocolate chip. No brownies. Want the brownies?
South Carolina looking to continue its pursuit of perfection.
South Carolina dominated the first 2 rounds.
The opening weekend of NCAA tournament and 1 week earlier. I wonder, so season 3 will be coming out next year. In the following year, it's going to be season number 4.
They could get away without Camilla in the first round, but she came back.
Yes, it's going to be more fun than ever.
Camilla Cardoso back in the game. Gamecocks are moving on to Albany to the Sweet 16.
Those first 2 games versus Holy Cross and West Virginia, I played so tight.
In the first game,
Yeah, I really want to say I've enjoyed watching both full court press, you know?
It was the first moment where it looked like the pressure broke her.
I'm a little worried about Iowa right now. I think West Virginia showed a good blueprint of how to frustrate Caitlin Clark.
I couldn't wait to get away from Iowa City. I felt like once we made it to the Sweet 16,
We're going to do the same thing on
pressure
light
off.
like we did last year.
Hawkeyes survive the scare in the second round from West Virginia and advance to the Sweet 16.
UCLA has its own.
And this episode is about the NCAA tournament of the March
in the
Madness.
second half of Creighton, when the season was on the line, Kiki was at her best.
Here comes UCLA with a chance to take the lead. This is Rice.
She played the
I see
best
John Legend
game of her
in the
entire
stands in the
season
building,
get
and
her team to
yeah.
the Sweet 16.
Game over. UCLA headed back to the Sweet 16 after erasing.
Yeah, I know some games are tough, but it does.
The Madness comes to downtown Albany with some star power in the women's NCAA Sweet 16 and the Elite 8.
It's on March 29th when South Carolina was taking on the Indiana Hoosiers.
My shoes, my suit, my jersey. Where's my jersey? My jersey. People had very high expectations for South Carolina. The biggest question coming in was like, will Camilla be able to handle the energy it takes to be the centerpiece of the team?
We are
On a Sweet 16 night, South Carolina will take on Indiana Hoosiers once again. It was a SEC versus the Big Ten. It was a challenging game. It was tough. And we have watched their games throughout their entire season until the national championship. And yeah.
Makes a huge difference when she plays well.
Yeah, I'm sure that, you know.
biggest lead of the afternoon of 49
For real?
to Cardozo leading the way. She has 13 points.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. It's like she's like, yeah, I couldn't be denied.
We had an amazing first half against Indiana, and maybe sometimes that's a problem.
They came out at halftime and they're dancing. I was like, I know they've blown teams out in the second half all year, but are they too loose right now?
As you
I
can
was
see, the
like,
tension is
yo.
killing South Carolina right now. I'm telling you, this is a group that is really loose.
And it turns out they were too loose because Indiana came roaring back.
It's a 10-0 run for IU. Don Staley calling the play again. Looks to get a touch for Camilo Cardoso. You got to get Cardoso a touch here.
Ooh, yeah.
A significant lead has been whittled down to 5.
I try to tell Camilla this. When she becomes a little more selfish, that's when her superpower will be on display. Take your chances on you, because ultimately it helps the team.
Dawn Staley challenged her to be more aggressive. She has shown that no one can stop her. South Carolina slightly get it to her down low. Every time. Yep. She's calling for the ball. Keep feeding the big girl.
Wow, it's getting tough here.
Back out. Johnson for 3. Huge.
With the game on the line, Camila Cardoso could put the team on her back and say, I got us, and I will carry us through.
And the South Carolina Gamecocks.
And 79-75 win. And we are moving on.
They're going to the Elite Eight for the 4th straight time.
Going to the Elite Eight. We'll take on Oregon State. Oh boy. Whoever wins the Elite Eight will head on to the Final Four. There's her sister on the phone.
Hey, chama. Bill, obrigada, tchau.
One loss in the last 96 games.
That's Kate Martin, or the graduate student guard.
Been a lot of dead. Who do I want to play in the Elite Eight? Am I allowed to say this? UCLA.
Now the Sweet 16 for UCLA versus LSU.
This afternoon, the defending champion LSU Tigers taking on 2-seed UCLA.
But now now we go with Kiki Rice with her team to face against I would say probably South. No, I'm sorry, LSU. I'm sorry.
Togetherness, toughness, consistent, aggressive. And anybody that doesn't believe that we're tough, they would be sorely mistaken.
We saw some of their best basketball they played in a while in those first 2 rounds. There was just a lot of question marks swirling around which UCLA was going to show up.
And away we go in Albany, New York.
Here we go. And this was in Albany, New York.
Steal by Reeves all the way in for 2.
LSU can be deadly in transition.
First half was a pretty big struggle. You could tell that they were a little more settled in than we were.
Rice looking to drive it, and that's going to be an offensive foul called on Kiki Rice. Rajay Johnson back-to-back triples.
They came out and hit some threes that, we didn't anticipate them hitting, and our shots weren't falling.
Rice, good look. Catch, fire.
Uh-oh.
UCLA now 0 of 7 from 3.
Rajay Johnson, a huge first half, 13 points. LSU leads by 7.
First one, I think they're stacking off and setting 2, and that's when the guards can attack more. And the guards are doing a really good job when they're setting 2. They're doing a good job kicking it out, but we need to stay aggressive.
You regroup here?
Yeah.
This really is just like Creighton. They're making a lot of shots. Adjust! Take those things away! All of the teams that have kicked their butt, their guards have gone to work. There's more in you. There's more aggression in you.
Here we go, 1 half away from someone heading to the Elite Eight. The UCLA team that is talented enough to win a national championship right now, and they have young pieces that they should have together for a while.
They missed all of those three-pointers in the first half, and then he just finally started to go in. London makes one that puts them up by one in the third quarter.
UCLA has it. Jones, her three. You bet! To the corner it goes. Osborne connects. Bruins back in front.
Wow, this full court press reminds us something new to watch.
In great position to win this game.
Like, honestly.
Rice drives it, gets denied. Flau'jae Johnson on the block, and then Rice on the foul.
Kiki Rice gets into foul trouble. Chris Osborne gets into
Foul trouble, huh? Lauren Betts with her, and Kiki Rice, and Christiana.
The foul situation, it was just a lack of discipline.
I don't know. I forgot her last name was.
The game out
But
of
I don't.
the players that you anticipate being on the court are not on the court, or you're playing differently because you're in foul trouble.
LSU by 4. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Number 5 on Kiki Rice.
Uh-oh.
It was really tough, just sitting on the bench, feeling helpless in a sense.
They were up against a team who was more seasoned and experienced and had been here before and did not flinch.
The defending champs are not done yet.
Wow, LSU beat UCLA 78-69. And our team has lost. And they made a great season. And yeah, the whole team is feeling disappointed that our season has ended already for UCLA, but nothing we can,
at the same time,
nothing we can do.
not letting it define the entire year. I'm so proud of who you are.
Oh, wow.
I love you guys. I just love you.
At no point did I ever think we wouldn't be in a Final Four and that we wouldn't be playing for a national championship. And then all of a sudden that became the I think being so close, honestly, and falling short could be the fuel that we need for the future for this group.
We officially have our first team of the day. Moving on to the Elite Eight. Congratulations to LSU as we've got one more game from Albany. Number 1 Iowa, Caitlin Clark, and Colorado.
And now Iowa will take on the Colorado.
To play Colorado. It was almost like a
Buffaloes.
okay, like we're out of Iowa City.
And let's say probably in the Sweet 16 or something like that, you know?
Getting out of there, it takes the pressure off of you. Everybody just kind of played a little looser.
Iowa beat Colorado 89-68 win.
Down Colorado. And what is on deck? Well, a rematch of the 2020.
A rematch, and that's going to be against LSU. Uh-oh. We have managed to watch that game like we used to.
For Caitlin and the Hawkeyes, this is the one team that kept them from the title. And now they get to face them again just to get to the Final Four. And so that fire has been burning for pretty much 12 months.
I knew they were going to put LSU in our region. That's just what they wanted to do. They were going to give the people that rematch.
Alright, so Cece, you're gonna start out on number 11. Gabby, I believe number 4, Flau'jae, is their X factor right now. Okay, she is playing out of her mind. Alright, so stay tight, stay together, play with poise.
I caution you to get on social media or listen to any TV shit that's going on right now.
Delete that shit.
Dude, honestly, right? We don't need to get involved in all that crap that the media wants to stir. That's not us. Just tune it out. Put the blinders on, man. Put the blinders on and let's go.
Listen, the scoreboard's going to say Iowa and
The day
LSU
before
won.
Iowa versus
After last
LSU.
year's trash talking, is this all about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese?
To be honest, like I was super frustrated going into that game. Everybody wanted to talk about everything besides the basketball. The media just made it this battle that never was. Me and Angel have always been great competitors, but that's not the only competitive thing about where our game is at.
Like, me and Caitlin Clark don't hate each other. I don't think people really realize that, and that's fine. I'll take the villain role, but I know we're going women's basketball, and if this is the way we're going to do it, then this is the way we're going to do it. You like it or you don't.
If you put together a wish list heading into this women's college season, at the very top, pretty please, give us a rematch of LSU Iowa.
Ever since the brackets were released, we've been hoping for this one.
You could not have scripted this.
The lead up and the build up to that game is like nothing I have ever seen in an Elite 8 matchup.
Guys, have you got anybody with an April Fool's yet? What? I didn't even realize it was April Fool's Day. No. Wait, that's what it's called, right? Yep, we lost the national championship a year ago today. Oh, no. Did we? Did we? I think it was. No, it's tomorrow. Okay. I was gonna say it's a prank. So it's actually this is our redemption game on day 364. Okay. Well, it was leap year. This year, so it's 365. It was meant to be. All right, Hawks.
So
As
tonight,
Iowa shoot
after
around.
This game, we get to cut down the nets again. So I really want to pass these scissors around, and I want you to envision yourself cutting down that net. Get up there above the clouds, above all the crap, and have fun tonight. Smile and have fun, because you guys are at your best when you do that. Iowa 3, 1, 2, 3, Iowa!
I'm excited, honestly. Like, this is the moment we've been working for all year. Nothing scares me. I think I'm ready. Yeah.
Now this is an Elite 8 of Iowa versus LSU that we used to watch all last year. It was Virgil Rossi show last year. I can tell you, you know.
The grueling nature of their season, like the crowds, the pressure, has them as prepared as they possibly can be for this moment against this super team.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing.
A trip to the Final Four on the line. The rematch is underway in Albany.
Yeah, this is Elite 8.
Connects. Here's Clark driving in for two.
Caitlin Clark is at her best when she can balance her three-point prowess with attacks to the rim.
You bet. Could you have possibly asked for a better start if you're Iowa? They dump it into Reese. Reese bodies inside. Easy finish for Angel Reese. And now Reese comes up with a steal. Reese all the way in to give LSU the lead.
It just felt like a heavyweight fight, like the drama, the intrigue. It was magical to be in that crowd and feel that vibration.
Clark shakes Van Lith into the lane, gets fouled by Reese. And then Angel Reese takes a tumble afterwards. Oh no.
Oh.
And you just hope this is not going to affect Angel Reese and LSU tonight.
No offensive rebound for LSU since Angel Reese left the game.
Now Angel Reese is going to hobble to the scorer's table and check back in for her team. Clark eyes up behind the back, through the lane, lays it in. Iowa back in front. Johnson on the attack, spinning and finishing. What a move from Flau'jae Johnson. We have a tie game at the half.
was definitely tired. It was an up and down first half, but going into halftime, like, we were in a really good spot.
All we have to do this half is play defense.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Like, their defense is not good.
No.
We're going to score as much as we want, but they're probably saying the same thing about our defense.
For sure.
But that's not true.
And Angel's, like, so tired.
She does not want to foul right now.
So keep going at her.
Mm-hmm. She has 2 fouls.
She's got two.
Attack her early.
Josh, guys. We got 60 minutes. We get 20 minutes to go out there, show them who's best, all right? 20 minutes to put everything else aside. 20 minutes to elevate.
Here we go, second half action. A trip to the Final Four at stake. Oh my! From Schenectady!
Coming out in the second half, the biggest thing was we set the tone right away. I made a few threes, which helped.
Clark! She's possessed!
It's the distance on these Caitlin Clark threes. It's just ridiculous.
Clark fires, you bet! Her 7th-3 of the game. Caitlin Clark passes Taylor Robertson most career threes in Division I history.
I've never seen anyone perform like Caitlin Clark did. In that moment, she was at the very best version of herself.
Back to Clark. Stolke lays it in. Plus the foul. Jason Sudeikis all smiles. A 12-point Iowa lead. Reese leans in, and that's a charge. And number 5 on Angel Reese.
Angel re-aggravated an ankle sprain that she had done in the SEC tournament. I do think it affected her game.
Clark evades. That will do it.
Yup, 94-87 win against LSU. The Iowa is on their way to the Final Four. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When we used to watch that, it was fun.
We got redemption and beat LSU. As a competitor, you love that. But also, more importantly, our group was going back to the Final Four, a place a lot of people thought we wouldn't be.
We had all said that if Iowa really wanted to be contenders, it was going to have to be everybody else, not named Caitlin, that would have to step up and play well. And they were playing great. But I still felt like South Carolina was the team to beat.
For the 4th straight season,
South Carolina took on Oregon State 70-58 win. And we're on the way to the Final Four too.
Your average margin of victory all year long was like 26 points per game.
The Final Four, it was really special. Looking at all the hard work we put in and see that everything paid off was amazing.
Proud. Each and every one of you for committing to it. Proud of you for performing when you needed to perform. We're going to go and enjoy it for the first day, right? And then it's business. Here we go. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.
The Final Four in Cleveland is set. South Carolina and NC State.
And the Final Four is said, then South Carolina versus NC State, and Iowa versus,
South Carolina's
you know.
Cardoso announcing via social media that she is declaring for the 2024
Wow.
In ESPN's latest mock draft, she's projected to go number 4 overall.
In Cleveland, Ohio.
I was like, okay, maybe I should make my decision before the Final Four. I think this is a really important moment for me, and I want to go there with no pressure on my shoulders. I don't want to think about nothing else but
just going out there and playing every single game like it's my last game with this team. I texted Celia. I wanted to meet with her. I went to the office. I talked to her. I thought I was ready to take the next step in my life. She told me she think I was ready too. So that's all I needed to hear.
Our future will look perfect.
When I go to the next level, I'm gonna start living by myself. I was in the gift suite, and I was like, what should I get?
You gotta have something to cook with. It would be good for you for where you're going. Just saying.
What is it called, Mary?
Beach blender with
What you gonna blend? Well, you know, when I move out, I'm gonna have to figure out how to cook and live a life without y'all.
It's like, I'm ready. I just gotta learn how to cook, and then I'll be fine.
Bye, Camilla.
Ready to go in Cleveland, Ohio.
This is the Final Four when we used to take on NC State. When we used to watch it on the Brother Crosby show, you know? I would say, yeah.
The NC State-South Carolina matchup, I think, had really high expectations.
For the holdovers from the team a year ago, they recognized very quickly it can all come crashing down in the semifinal round if you're not focused.
Bartoso, wow. Through two defenders, able to make it home.
Camilla was building on some of those earlier rounds where she was asserting herself.
Bartoso the rebound. She has a double-double.
She had a double-double in that game. She was owning that.
Undefeated South Carolina will play
78-59, and we're was on our way to the national championship. And you watch it up by the Brother Crosby show, you know?
I play good.
And yeah.
My teammates get it going too. So let's just do this and win a national championship.
A reminder, Iowa and UConn is coming up next.
Now we have Iowa versus UConn in the Final Four. That is up next, you know?
Maya Moore was my favorite player growing up.
Yeah.
I wanted UConn to recruit me. I always wanted Gino to call me just because he's Gino. Like, he's one of the best coaches of all time.
We respect them. We don't fear them. Let's go. Let's go. Together. 1, 2, 3. Together.
Gino never called me. Would have been cool. I always had my eyes peeled, but no.
UConn, the winningest program in the history of women's college basketball. Iowa trying to get to its second straight national championship game.
I have a chance to beat UConn on the biggest stage in front of 14.2 million people. Obviously, I was licking my chops a little bit.
Here's Clark driving in lane, and Caitlin Clark has the first points of the semifinal.
So much talk about Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers.
Paige Beckers, people forget, was the first and still only freshman to win National Player of the Year.
Beckers, got it!
Paige Beckers, a triumphant return after a season missed due to injury.
And that is how the first half will end. Holding Caitlin Clark to 6 points.
Paige and UConn and Gino, they're kind of like, don't sleep on us.
What's the score? We're down 6. All right. And our shots are gonna fall. I mean, Caitlin, you're a fucking dog. Like, do not. We have the most confidence in you ever, so you're fine.
Getting ready to start the second half in Cleveland, Ohio. Bart, we're going to spin away from traffic. Double screen, gets open, and hits. First three of the night for Caitlin Clark. Bart, her three is good. Plus the foul. Clark, step back three. You bet.
We had 2 really costly turnovers late in that game.
Clark on the move, finds Stolke. Stolke dishes, it's taken away by Arnold. Save to Edwards, and Connecticut takes the timeout.
All of a sudden, UConn is in position to probably win this game.
The biggest thing about our group is nobody was ever frazzled. It was always just go back down on defense and get a stop.
10.8 seconds remaining. Mule, the drive, 5 seconds left. Looking for Beckers and an offensive foul. An offensive foul on Edwards with 3.9 to go.
Oh yeah.
It was really the whistle.
We used to watch the game like Iowa versus UConn.
In the moment, it seemed like
Again.
an unfortunate whistle. But on the replay, she is way outside of her shoulders. It's a foul.
It was a moving screen for everybody that thinks it wasn't a moving screen. Her feet were super wide, she was moving. And maybe Gabby sold it a little bit, but she got nailed. Like, it's a moving screen.
It saves the game for Iowa. Just point blank.
That will do it. 71 to 69 win. We are on our way to the national championship game. Oh yeah. Now on April 6th, 2024.
Games last night. It's been a tournament of impossibly high expectations, but one game will determine the
Now it's time. We used to watch the national championship game by the Bernard Rossi Show. We watched Iowa versus South Carolina.
The rematch in the national championship game was a rematch from the semifinal game from the previous season, where Iowa shocked the world and ended South Carolina's undefeated season.
We sort of had the clash of these titans. Could Caitlin Clark end her storybook career in the most storybook of ways? And could South Carolina exact revenge for what happened to them last year and punctuate a perfect season?
The day before South Carolina versus Iowa.
How we're gonna play her is much different than we play anybody. Okay? We don't want to run up at her, because she's gonna go by us, and once she goes by us, she's gonna have options. She's good at threading the needle, she's good at finding, she's good at pulling when she's got space. So we're gonna beat her. Is she gonna bang some threes? You're damn right. We can't get dejected. They're playing their best basketball. They're playing inspired. They're playing like they want to win a national championship. So are we.
This is a team that just doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. Camilla's playing so well. Just runs the floor beautifully, rebounds incredibly, shooting the ball well. One person can't stop her.
We got one more game. Nothing else matters. Your feelings don't matter. They don't. You're right here. You're one game away from experiencing something that you'll never ever forget. Winning or losing, trust me, it works both ways.
There's always a lot of debate for players and coaches whether a championship is needed to cement a legacy.
Yeah, I was really good in college, never won a championship. Yeah, you gotta win a championship. You gotta win a championship. If Caitlin wins a championship, she's pretty damn good. Like, yeah, she's a go. I mean, she's pretty damn good regardless, but, you know, winning a championship would seal the deal. I hope to the dear Lord she doesn't.
Think about crossover in Kinnick. The very first game of the year was our game in crossover in Kinnick. Now we get to play in the very last game of the year. We've had quite the story, and I cannot imagine doing it with any other group. I really can't. Win or lose this game, I want you to take that with you for the rest of your lives, because I know how successful you guys are going to be the rest of your lives, okay? Let's go have fun today. Let's go.
Together, 1, 2, 3, together!
Morning of South Carolina versus Iowa.
How do you feel? Good. Me too, actually.
That is Kate Martin.
I mean, look, they call this place Believe Land before y'all got here. Now you guys got the chance to remind them why. Is your room key?
Set it.
Now's the hotel send-off.
Which team walks away with the title of national champions tonight? South Carolina or Iowa?
believed we could win.
I was rooting for South Carolina Gamecocks, that's all.
In the national championships for South Carolina, we were confident that we were going to find a way to win.
Yep, Monday was the national championship. South Carolina versus Iowa. We watched it on the Bird and Taurasi show on ESPN, you know. Or maybe ESPN 2, I don't know.
Caitlin Clark, she can do everything. Like, she's a great all-around player, so it's really hard to guard her.
Here's Clark, wheeling, taking, and banking it home. Clark, oh my, from the future. Will Iowa wind it down? No, that's why. A stunning opening quarter from Clark. She has 18, the most ever in a championship game quarter.
I made some tough shots, but they just kept throwing different people at me. I think I expended a lot of energy in the first quarter.
Once she started scoring a lot, everybody was more like locked in.
Tessa Johnson comes out to meet Clark. Clark evades, bounces on Brady, gets denied by Cardoso. Cardoso working O'Grady, Cardoso, and the foul. Watkins dumping it inside. Cardoso has given the Gamecocks their first lead of the afternoon. Foul clock turned off, and Johnson picks the pocket of Clark. Raven Johnson lays it in.
The last play before the half, you could just feel momentum shift there, like, uh-oh, I was in trouble here.
You score 18 points in the first quarter, you're not going to have that energy to play through the whole game. Shout out to my girl Ray. Play some great defense on Caitlin.
And that's how the first half ends. And South Carolina takes its largest lead of the game into the half.
It was a tough matchup for us, having 6'1", 6'2" Hannah Stolke going up against 6'7" Camilla. She's just too tall. She's too good. She finishes well around the rim. Her standing in the paint, it's a big difference maker.
The separator, Camilla Cardoso. She's been playing with a different ferocity in the last couple of weeks.
Clark, the crossover, and the hit from three. A big one for Iowa, and they build off it.
We cut it to 5 points with 5 minutes to go. But at the end of the day, they just were a little too much for us.
Perfection with a touch of sweet relief.
And that was it. We won the national championship. 87-75 win. We did it all. We did it.
She's proud. We won the championship, and
We did it.
I feel like we all got emotional, but it was just the feeling that we did it, like relieved, you know. She trusted us. She never lost her faith in us, and we was able to do it. We did it for her.
The most outstanding player for the 2024 NCAA Championship is from Montes Claros, Brazil, Camilla Cardoso.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of us who've been working in women's college basketball for a long time. And I feel like we've all been pushing this boulder up the hill together. Like, just trust us, you'll love this. These women are great. We've been waiting for so long for everybody to see how great women's college basketball is. Like, welcome. Thank you for wrapping your arms around these women. They deserve it. There's been so many that have come before them to put them in this moment and build the foundation for this moment.
I
want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport. She carried a heavy load for our sport, and it just is not going to stop here on the collegiate tour. But when she is the #1 pick in the WNBA draft, she's gonna lift that league up as well. So Caitlin Clark, if you're out there, you are one of the GOATs of our games, that we appreciate you.
And for Iowa Hawkeyes, they lost to South Carolina in a national championship game. Yeah.
Great job, you guys. Man, you fought, you battled. Heck, we got within 5. So good. So good, you guys. They're a professional team. Honest to goodness, they are. So do not hang your heads. Do not. Yes, we're sad that the seniors are leaving us. It's tough. That's the tough part about this. But we got to do this together. Right? We got to have this journey together. Caitlin, thanks, man. Thanks for believing in us. And you got this whole locker room to believe. Caitlin, you got everybody to believe along with you. The impact that you had on young women in this sport doesn't get tarnished. It will always be there. You have raised this sport to a new level because of the way you play the game. Don't ever forget that, okay? Let's bring it in. Great job. Yep.
What an incredible run for Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball team.
Just want to say thank you. Thank you, really. Thank you to all of y'all. You committed to each other. I've never been part of a team that hold each other accountable while lifting each other up. And then Camilla, your sacrifice. It's incredible. It really is. Basketball and life will forever repay you for your sacrifice. You're going to do incredibly well. And we're going to sit back courtside to see it. We thank you for choosing South Carolina. We really do.
Did all you could, right? Yeah. Big career.
What a run, dude. Love you. Proud of you.
Yeah, I just lost the national championship for the 2nd year in a row, but it's not the wins, it's not the points, it's not the crazy shots. It's literally everything else in between. Practices with the girls and getting to interact with the fans and play in those environments. There's so much to be proud of and so much to hold your head high about.
Now that's in New York City on the day of the WNBA draft or something.
Basketball star Caitlin Clark will have her jersey retired and replaced with an apron. His comment is Caitlin Clark.
Wow. I don't know why she wasn't being a bear on there.
So I knew it was going to be a fun little bit. I knew people were going to love it.
I can't tell jokes like you do, but I did write some jokes, and it would mean a lot to me if you read some of them. Just right over there in the cards.
The Indiana Fever have the first pick in this Monday's draft. A reminder that Indiana Fever is a WNBA team and not what Michael Che gave to dozens of women at Purdue University.
Wow.
It couldn't have been more perfect. Caitlin was hilarious. She has captured the imagination of the public in this incredible way. She is an agent for change.
Women's basketball all
And 5 hours before the WNBA draft.
The excitement surrounding the WNBA draft tonight in Brooklyn is palpable. Caitlin Clark enters the draft as the overwhelming favorite to be selected first overall by the Indiana Fever.
We all know about Caitlin Clark, but a lot of other stars were born.
It could be Cameron Brink from Stanford. It could be Camilla Cardoso, who just won a national championship with South Carolina.
When you're Caitlin Clark and you're going to this draft, you know where you're going. I'm pretty sure her family had already started moving her stuff to Indiana.
I want to squeeze the jacket.
Don't ruin my fit.
Yeah.
For Camilla, there was a little bit more anticipation.
The 2024 WNBA draft on April 15th, 2024. We did want to see the WNBA draft last year. And yeah.
She broke the internet with this for me. Congratulations.
Good evening and welcome to the 2024 WNBA Draft presented by State Farm. As we gather here tonight, it's clear that women's sports, and specifically the WNBA, are more than a moment. Congratulations, class of 2024. Welcome to the W. With the first pick in the 2024 WNBA Draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark.
Oh, yeah. I know Lisa Bluter was in the house.
Like I'm different. Like I just feel
Glad to see Caitlin Clark
I'm meant to be here.
drafted into Indiana Fever, you know?
I've always believed in myself the same way. I think that's what's allowed me to achieve greatness.
This is Governor Holcomb.
Hello, Governor. This is Caitlin Clark. Me too. I'm really excited to get there. I can't wait.
With the second pick, Cameron Brink, Stanford University.
Oh, yeah, Cameron Brink. Yes.
Having my family here to experience this very special moment with me, my dreams is really coming into reality.
With the third pick, the Chicago Sky select Camilla Cardoso.
Oh, yeah, Camilla Cardoso. Yeah, she was in tears as well. I don't know. Well, actually, she was.
Sonho para o basquete. Meu sonho é chegar na WNBA, nas Olimpíadas.
The goal was to give my family a better life, and I know now I'm going to be able to do that.
Then 2 weeks later, in Indianapolis, Indiana.
I don't have to use the GPS anymore. I actually kind of know where I'm going. Found an apartment. I got kind of moved out of my other apartment in Iowa City. We're gonna try to eat out like once a week and just try new places. There's a lot of good steakhouses in Indy that I'm excited to try. I feel like you couldn't have scripted like the last 6 months of my life any better. And at times it was a lot, and there was a lot of pressure on me, but I'm very thankful for everything that's happened, good and bad. And it's weird, like starting a new chapter of my life. Like I'll miss Iowa City, but I'm very excited to be in Indianapolis. And I feel very confident in everything that's gonna happen.
Going into the WNBA, I know there's pressure. To be honest, like I like it. I think that helps me perform at a higher level. I think it attracts more people that want to watch the game.
E aí, já compraram a passagem para Chicago?
Nós vamos comprar. Vou morar lá mais anos. Reservar meu quarto lá, viu, Bendão? Vamos embora brindar.
Amém. Brinde ao futuro.
Yeah.
Losing makes me hungrier for even more. We're gonna have all the pieces that it takes
to win national championship.
Now we know we don't want to feel like that again, so
I feel like I'm falling short, but we have to. Next year we're winning. Sweeping.
That was fun.